Hey and hello. It's been a while since I've done this format of a video. As you can see, Springtrap is on Dead by Daylight. I'm gonna give you a breakdown of this killer, his perks, and my thoughts on him and the new map, Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, obviously. I'm actually gonna leave the recording for my opinion and of the killer and the map at the very end of the video. So if you really want to check that out, then watch until the end. I'll put some like other gameplay at the end of it of my other games because I need to use them somehow. Because it's a very long tangent. Well, it's not an enormously long tangent, but it's a tangent nonetheless. And I'm just going to break down the perks and what the killer does first, and then we'll get right into the game. Okay, I'm just gonna read his abilities like a normal human being instead of reading a bunch of this entire paragraphs, which I read like 3 times, and I just decided, hey, let's not do that. So basically, his fire axe, if you throw at a survivor, it sticks into them, and then you can walk up to them and grab them, kind of like how you grab them from pallets and stuff. But also, if you miss them, it also has like a dome around it that will give you killer instinct, so you can like use it on a loop and always like know where they're at from the killer instinct. Or if you want to throw it on a generator and walk away and pressure something else for a little bit and you come back to it, as long as you put on a decent spot, you'll be able to get a killer instinct from a distance. I don't know the radius, to be honest, because I think it kind of falls off. And then you have security systems. Survivors and killers can use the security system, but survivors have a battery power for the security system, and it's very limited to like it's 100 to 0. And then it slowly regens from 0. So they gotta use it off and on, and then teleporting a lot, like basically uses a lot of the battery. And using the cameras only uses a little bit of battery. But with the cameras, you can spot the killer and like give everybody aura of like where the killer is. But if the killer walks up to the door and you don't get out of there automatically, he can actually walk in and pressure you, either grab you or basically just M1 you. Then the survivors can also use the teleport, which uses a lot of the battery, like I said. But if the killer's right behind you and you use the teleport and he follows you through that teleport, it's an automatic grab. So he basically picks you up, it can hook you down. And then when the killer comes out of the teleportation from the doors, he has no tear radius. That's basically the entire power of this killer. Besides the fact that the axe like throws in like, it feels like when you throw the axe, it has such a fast arch down. It's insane. Like you can't throw it further than 16 meters, I think. And it's wild. But I'm going to explain the perks now. Okay, the first perk for this animatronic, aka Springtrap, is Help Wanted. When the compromised gen is completed, your successful basic attacks cooldown is 25% faster for 60 seconds, which is, it's like literally a C tier perk. It only works if you build around it. The next is Phantom Fear. When a survivor within your terror radius looks at you, they scream and you see their aura for 2 seconds. This perk has a 60-second cooldown. This is like a mix of a lot of other perks like Ultimate Weapon and Thwack, but it just has a cooldown and not stacks. It's very good. I think this is probably his best perk. And then last and least is Haywire. This is another build around perk. Exit switches with at least 50% progress regress at rate of 50% at the gate opening speed. Basically, when the switch hits 50%, it'll start flashing and regressing. So now switches are like generators now, which is kind of cool. This is kind of new. It will be very good with Freddy's Remember Me. But that's all the perks. I'll play one game with them. But yeah, see you guys there. Yippee! First match of the day of Springtrap. I'm just using the basic perks, which is his first couple: Haywire, Help Wanted, and Fear, Phantom Fear. And then I have Imbued CPU and Party Hat, and of course a Iridescent Mori. I think this queue took me like a solid like 40 minutes. Okay, so this is the FNAF map. So as a shack outside, no shot. This is my doors I can automatically use. Pallet on pallet. It's kind of like Joy, bro, to be honest. Ooh, hold up. What's this music, bro? Wait, there's a little drop off there? Is that balanced? That's awful, bro. Hold up. Cool stabbing animation. I don't know how I feel about this. Axe, dude. Bro, this shit's... Okay, that's a cool. Oh, cool grab. Okay. It was kind of buggy, but it's fine. Doesn't change the fact that was a sick animation. Ooh, hook animation's good as well. This is feeling a bit clunky, but alright. Yeah, it takes a minute for this to like register and stuff. It's definitely interesting. Good window. What the? Bro, I'm getting cooked by these survivors, man. What? You just did like a full like 360. That was crazy. Survivors over here, by the way. Behind that.
Insolent whelp.
Again? I'm so confused how that door works, to be honest. Was hindered? Alright, interesting for sure. Bro, this has to be bugged, bro. Okay. Wait. What's the point of the scream, to be honest, but that was pretty cool. Jesus. That was pretty sick. How does this work? Okay, so, oh, okay, so, what? Alright. That is so, like, slow. Like, unbelievably slow. Wait, that was a greed, bro. That was an insane greed. Can't I just, like, leave this axe here or something? For knowledge, I guess? Light. This is a new loop. I cannot use that for info. Nice.
You will submit.
The grabbing animation is a little bugged. Unless it's on purpose. The doors aren't bad, like poorly placed either. They're pretty good. I wish I could look around the security room a little bit more. It's either this one or that one. They actually got these generators like beautifully spaced. That's just tragic, bro. That was tragic timing. And unhook Dwight, please. Tragic.
You belong here.
What's that? It looks like a wall I can break. Five Nights at Freddy's. It's where I wanna be. It doesn't reach, man. Bro. I'm not a fan. These axes are very weird. Like, it's so heavy. That was almost cool. Nice.
Let's pull you apart.
The random scream is unneeded, bro. That's like BM scream for sure.
I can taste
Not bad.
fear.
And when I moor them or hook them, I get my stuff back as well. Very nice. Very nice. Bye, please. Now let's see how this works. Oh, I want to see the. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Aw. GG's. That is such like a drastic change. GG's. Very cool. Yeah, no, that was actually kind of fun. But he's just, it's just weird. His axe was like super heavy in comparison to like a lot of the other like throwable killers. Like even clowns, right? His stuff isn't that heavy. But he was like, that thing was like automatically boom, ground. Like, I could not, like, really yeet it, you know? Is what I mean. Like, Huntress, throw across the map. This? Nah, I think the max limit you can make is, like, maybe 16 meters, and that's it. After playing, I want to say, 7 games of animatronic or Springtrap. I think he's a very fun killer, and actually he has like a lot of like things that he has going for him. Like his M1 feels very cool, the grab mechanic seems very cool, the teleport with the doors and being automatically like having no tear radius, undetectable, coming out the side of doors. Aesthetically the character looks sick. Like he looks like a very cool character, and like his stuff just works, I guess. And he's very enjoyable. Like he doesn't feel like a killer that you're like, oh, I'm super bored, or like he has no like outplay. Like his axe has this thing, you can just throw it up in the air and it comes back down, and there's a play style that you can just like basically yeet it above like high walls, and then it slams back down where the pallet is, where normal survivors will be standing at to throw down the pallet on you. And if you can get it just right on the throw, and you can like Hail Mary it, and you're good at the like the lineups, then you can probably just get a lot of your kills like that way. But it's gonna take a little bit to get used to this killer, more time than you want to spend on a PTB, because obviously no one's going to sit here. Oh, okay, I retract that. No sane person is going to sit here for 40 minutes or an hour at a time just to queue a new killer. I'm sorry, it takes forever to get into a match, and so you're just sitting here queuing for like half an hour. But I think this killer feels very good. He's fun to play, and I actually genuinely can't wait until he comes out into a actual game. I don't know about playing more PTB. It depends on how this video goes. I'll leave it downloaded tonight, and then by tomorrow, if I get a decent response and the video performs well, then I'll probably make more content of the PTB. But if I don't, then I probably won't be playing this anymore and just go back to grinding Sadako, because this new map is just not it. I know I'm jumping in this segment already, but might as well just go into it now. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. This map. Okay, I just saved my time and your time, so let me get a simple breakdown of how I feel about the map and how like wishy-washy I feel about it. So basically, the design for the map is very good, but when it came to the loops and then it being like heavily survivor-sided, meaning there's a lot of pallets, there's a lot of strong loops, a lot of strong areas, the schematic is very difficult to traverse around with killer, just because everything's like very tight. It just makes it very difficult for a killer to win, because a lot of the spacing is very survivor-sided. Yeah, the generators are very spread out, so you can't really get a decent 3-gen on the map. And even if you had a decent 3-gen on the map, how it's spaced, even if, let's say, they did mid-gen gets done, and then every single generator is going to be pressured around you, and even if you push them off of it, it's impossible to keep the chase going, because they're going to automatically go to a strong loop, and if you don't break off the chase or get a pallet off automatically, then you're just going to lose the game. Like, you got to constantly pressure generators on this map, and it feels very rough as a killer. That's all I gotta say. To be honest, I just hope they fix it a little bit, make it a little bit more even. And I don't want to go on to the full tangent, because I just had to edit one that was like literally 10 minutes. Like I edited, like I had a full 10-minute tangent of how bad this map, and it made me like fully mauled, and I just had to listen to it, and it was pretty bad. I think this is about to be the end of the video. I'm not gonna constantly make this into like an extra 30 more minutes for, you know, I can just bleed the time dry, just because there's no point. I got my point across. And yeah, if you guys want to see more of Springtrap on this PTB for like the week we have it, then please tell me in the comments. Like, maybe subscribe, just depends. If this video gets, I don't know, like an average of 100 views, then I'll probably play more Springtrap just for the content based, and see if I can find some decent builds for I can actually like not lose on this map. Maybe some late game builds, to be honest. But yep, I will see you guys then. Peace.
Killer whales, humpbacks, and these narwhals. I'm just trying to strangle these f***ers. I'm just trying to strangle these f***ers. I'm just trying to strangle these. Lobby.